Welcome to the 12th Annual International Sports Hall of Fame from the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio.
This is a very, very special moment for not only inductees, but for all of us at the Hall of Fame. This was a very special class to put together, and I'm very honored to work with the gentleman to my right. He needs an introduction because he's just an awesome, awesome guy. He's a medical doctor. He's a grandmaster of martial arts. He's the co-founder of A4M. He's a former Guinness Book World Record holder. He's an author. He's actually a Knight Commander. And the most important thing today, he is the host of the International Sports Hall of Fame. Please welcome Dr. Robert Goldman.
It's kind of hard to follow a WWE introduction like that. For those of you that are new to the International Sports Hall of Fame, what we tried to do here when we founded this 12 years ago was to honor great athletes like yourselves, but not only for what you've done during your amazing careers, but what you do post-career, how you have mentored. This is all about mentoring that next generation. And all of you have done so much during your careers to be legends, to be sports legends. What's even more important, the inspiration that you're giving to these next generation. Millions of kids out there look up to you and say, wow, I want to be like that. I want to be a champion, I want to work hard, and I want to mentor that next generation as well. So we really work so hard to make this a very, very special experience for you and for the audience. And this is why it's not in a big stadium. I sponsor this. There's no, you notice no commercial, no Nike, Reebok, none of that stuff. This is all about you, and we try to make this experience all about you, so that this is something you remember for the rest of your lives as one of those really special life experiences. And what we do with this as well is everything is enshrined at the Stark Center. And Thor, you know about the Stark Center with Jan and Terry Todd, who are also inductees. What we try to do is bring that legacy forever. And so that's why we have signed posters, we have medallions, we have all these different things that we try to put together for you. But first, I wanted to recognize some of our past inductees. Randy Couture, you could stand up, in the class of 212. UFC world champion. Randy is also on our advisory board. Also on our advisory board, Mark Henry, who's out with the strongmen right now. Dan O'Malley, who's in the back, a professional boxer. Rob Fletcher, America's Next Great Trainer. Dan Solomon, who's with the Olympia Group. Rick Collins, a lawyer for a lot of the athletes. Of course, Arnold and Marcus Allen, NFL legend as well, who was in the previous class. Eric Hillman, and we want to thank you, Marcus, for helping bring the NFL tradition with getting Ronnie here. We really appreciate your help. We couldn't do it without you. Eric Hillman, who was very involved in the Europa and gym business for many years. And Fairfax Hackley, my vice president, who I cannot do this without him. This could not take place. I also want to recognize Jim Lorimer, who was like a father figure to Arnold and myself and so many others. As you know, he passed away this year, and Jim was always here. He would always come to this, and he lived 96 full years, and one of my favorite things to do every year when I come in a day early and sit down with Jim and have our father-son talk. So we'll miss him, but he was part of the legends and the giving back and the effect on the millions of athletes around the world that he helped to do. Again, everything that is happening today is enshrined in the Stark Center, the Physical Culture Museum, the largest physical culture museum in the world. That's the University of Texas, Austin. So all the video, all the pictures, everything is available. We share everything. So I urge you to also share the video and pictures if you'd like us to put it into the archives. It's all part of that historical record that we try to put together to memorialize honoring these great athletes. Now, what we do as well is we have a number of different things that we have for you today. We have your patch for your future jacket, should you decide you like something on the back of your jacket. We have one of those too. You have your cufflinks, your gold cufflinks, gold lapel pin, and we have this tiny little medal This took a lot of work to have this made. We had an international competition of artists from around the world. Over 350 artists competed to come up with this design for the International Sports Hall of Fame. These are all handmade, and they're coated in gold, and none of you guys have trouble holding this around your neck. Also, we have for your desktop, we have a gold medallion as well. So in case you don't forget, you want something to hold your papers. And then we also had these custom-made jackets. These are all handmade jackets. Except for you, Thor. We had to, they said, is this for a human or is this for the side of a house? So for you, we had to have a special jacket made up, and it'll fit because we took your measurements.
Just on one side.
So again, we want to thank you for all of you for coming out. We want to thank you, the audience, for coming to see what is really part of history. And one of the things that I like to share is you have to realize all of us in this room, this will never happen again. All of these people are in this room today. We will never all be together in one place again. So realize how truly special this experience. And that's why it's not in a big stadium with thousands of people. We want this to be a really personal experience for all of you. Our first inductee, Richard Soren. You know, we all come from the iron game. We're all muscle heads. You know, we all like to lift weights. We all like to move weights. And here was a guy who was a champion lifter, Olympic lifter, and he just realized the weights that were being used weren't really that strong. They weren't really made properly for really handling those kind of abuse. And actually, Richard, you're the first one in this category that we've ever put in. We've never put somebody in who was actually in this category before, so you're the first one. Now, you were involved in national level weightlifting and so on, but you actually were one of these individuals who saw the need for customizing and for making indestructible, bulletproof weight equipment because, you know, weightlifters, we like to bang the weights around and we kind of bust them up. Well, here you had somebody who built things, and also historically, you are so involved in the history. So a lot of the old barbells and dumbbells going back to Sandow and back to the 1800s, he's donated to the Stark Center, which again is the largest physical culture museum in the world. So we felt it was really important because of your place and your part in the iron game, which is something that we're all involved in. We all lift weights, we all weight train, we all like to move iron. So we put this category in for the first time to honor you. Let's give it up for inductee Richard Soren. And we're gonna have his son come in as well. Okay. I know all the guys can handle these, but they are a little big.
Okay. Bert, reach around. Straighten it out for Pops.
There you go. There you go. Okay, get your photos. Podium's all yours.
I must say I'm so proud to be here and humbled. Besides people that I admired my whole life, and now I could call them my friends, and such an important thing to me. A distinct pleasure from Dr.Bob for the invitation and the recognizing of the historical end of what we do and the commonality of each and every person that's in here looks different, has done different things, but all has a commonality, and I'll speak about that in a second. I must say from my heart, Jan and Terry Todd was instrumental to getting me interested in the Arnolds. We were the first group for the first 8 years to put on the Arnold Strongman and to design the equipment from the master's mind and turn it into reality, that all these wonderful strongmen would do their best and not be injured. I really think of all the success we have in this room, I think it was due to three things, and I'll touch on it a little bit later. But first, I just want to mention timing. I want to mention involvement, and what my mantra is that I've lived my life is resolve. Resolve in anything will bring you a long way in life and give you much of what you didn't expect you could get. It's been 65 years of struggle. When I remember years back hauling at 5 years old into kindergarten, my most valuable toy was a barbell, and it was so heavy. And being a 5-year-old, to be that involved and that caring of and admiring of strength, I think carried me many years. When I started getting involved in lifting, there was no barriers out there. There was no really set records or things like that. And I would read the books about Paul Anderson and about the York Gang and everything, and I would start testing myself, trying different things. I remember on the eve of my 13th birthday at 12 years old, I decided I was going to deadlift 400 pounds, and which was quite a feat for a little guy in his slippers, but I think that kind of started me on my way. And it was a long, long trail. I got into grip, strangely enough, with my mother. I would just play around with her, and when I would touch her, she would scream. She'd go, "Ow, it hurt, it hurt." And I wondered why I was being gentle with her, because you love your mother. But that was the first thing in timing that let me know I had a gift with my hands. I succeeded to being the first to ever close the cabinets of crushed gripper in 1991. And after 17 years fighting cancer as well, I decided to prove that an older man could do it too. So I went back and recertified. I think the hardest feat that I ever accomplished, which I've been very proud of, I don't know what straps are, and it's a very popular thing today, but I've never used them. And I did a silver dollar deadlift pull, raw, no straps, no suit or anything, of 1,335 pounds, which I think still stands as a record. But it was a thing that I wanted to try to do because there was no protocol beforehand. It was a dream. Can it be done? Or how many times would I have to try to do it? This moved into grip that started out as a baby, but now is worldwide. Every country is involved in grip training, grip strength, testing, going against records not records, but high marks that have been established. I've been very proud to be part of that. This ride was made in my life and continued for the last 43 years by starting a business that I knew that I had the ability to design. I had the greatest son in the world, which is the best thing that ever happened to me, to back me all these years. And I think many new things that you think have been around forever were just started out. Things like landmines, things like four-sided racks with holes that everyone sees, soft safety straps, things that made what we do here every day or in our training and for the safety in our life has made it better. And I'm very proud of that. Getting back to the three things I mentioned at the start before I close, the timing, the involvement, and the resolve. You think to yourself how each of those words have formed your life. When you resolve to be a good man, when you resolve to do something that no one's ever done, when the timing of one person motioning you forward to give you the inspiration to continue, that's one moment that's changed in your entire life. And get involved in what you do. Know all about it. Don't just do one thing and then just walk off into the sunset. Be involved. Live what you love. It'll bring you a long way. As I said, for 65 years, I have continuously been part of strength and the struggle, struggling well to move ahead and learn all I could. I'll leave you with this. The only things that we acquire in life are things we could enjoy right now, and they're fruits of our labor. But what we're going to end up, and what I'm going to end up with, is hopefully respect and memories. And I wish all of that to you. Thank you.
As you're going to see, this is a very, very special moment and really heartfelt for these inductees, because we know that there are certain things in our life that are different, and those moments in time that you just want to almost freeze and you want to remember forever. And what you're seeing today is really true history. And again, you're part of that history. Our next inductee, I got to tell you, there are some people in the martial arts world that I respect, and then there are just superstars beyond superstars. Kayla Harrison, American professional mixed martial arts, Olympic champion, judo champion, professional fighter league champion. I mean, a truly unbelievable background. 210 World Judo Championships, gold medals at the 212 and 216 Olympics, golds at the 211 Pan Am and 215 Pan American Games. After the 216 Olympics, she moved into mixed martial arts in the lightweight division. She was born right here in Middleton, Ohio. She took up judo at the age of 6, and she was introduced to this by her mother, who was also a black belt, and then went on to win 2 national championships by age 15. She won gold medals in the 78 kilogram category of the World Judo Championships in 210, and she was the first American to do so since 1999. She won the Olympic title in the 78 kilogram category, again, the first American to win an Olympic gold medal in judo. She earned a second Olympic gold medal in the same weight class in 216. So here you have somebody who's not only legendary in their approach and in their capabilities and their accomplishments, but she was also elected to the United States Judo Federation Hall of Fame in August of 2016. And the United States Judo Association made her a 6th Dan black belt, making her the youngest person in the U.S. to ever be awarded this rank. Then she moved on to mixed martial arts. Here you have somebody who, in the category of mixed martial arts, judo, and so on, is just truly legendary, and we're honored, Kayla, to have you here today. Randy Couture is going to help with the presentation. You got 2 world-class presentation athletes here today. Podium's yours.
Oh man, I have 2 Olympic gold medals. I gotta say, this one's pretty heavy. Just gonna. I just had stem cell done on my neck. That might put it back out of shape. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank Dr. Bob, Fairfax, Randy, everyone who's involved in this association. Thank you so much. It's truly an honor and humbling for me to be up here among these great men and these great legends. I want to thank my family. Can you guys give them a round of applause for me? I think we all know that if you want to get anywhere in life, you can't get there alone. And I can say that if it weren't for the support of my family and my loved ones, that I wouldn't be where I am today. I want to thank my 2 beautiful children, Kyla and Emery. Can you give them a special round of applause? Who are behaving so well. And I can honestly say again, they are my motivation. I thought I was a motivated fighter. I thought I was a disciplined fighter. And then I became a mother, and it just got a whole lot better. The last thing I want to say is this. I'm going to be very brief. I just want to say this. Look, in life, we all have challenges. We all have roadblocks. We all have moments where we fail, where we fall down, where life can suck. Cancer, people get sick, people die, you get fired, you can't make ends meet, you struggle. Life can hit very hard. Life hits harder than anything I've ever met. And if you have the courage to listen to that voice deep inside of you that says, don't give up, not yet, one more step, one more day, one more time, try again. If you can listen to that little voice, there are great things waiting on the other side of it. And that goes for anybody, whether you're 6 years old and you have a dream, or you're 60 years old and you're just trying to walk a mile. Whatever it may be, if you listen to that little voice inside of you, you can accomplish great things. And I am living proof of that. Thank you guys so much.
Our next inductee, Hafthor, is known around the world as probably the strongest man ever born, which is really an amazing thought process. I mean, could you imagine? We all, when we're growing up as kids, as we're athletes, we always want to dream about being the strongest kid in the world or the strongest man in the world, but you really are. And the thought process is actually amazing, to be the strongest man ever born in history. And you're regarded as one of the greatest strength athletes of all time. You won, originally when we were preparing the speech about you, I thought there was a typo when they said 30 championships. But that's the reality of it, which is really amazing. Arnold Strongman Classic winner, European Strongman winner, World Strongest Man winner, all in the same year, 30 international competition wins, the third most decorated strongman in history. And again, by many experts, you are considered the strongest man ever to be born in history, which is really a staggering thought. I'm a big fan of you on Game of Thrones, actually, and whenever I see you kill somebody, I watch that like at least 5 times. Your body weight at your peak, 463 pounds, 6'9" at his peak weight, 463 pounds. I mean, it's really amazing. That was back in 2012. From 2013 to 2015, he competed prolifically, up to 14 competitions in a single year and many Grand Prix competitions in Germany, the Netherlands, Finland, Norway, Serbia, Croatia, Bulgaria, Latvia, Russia, China, Malaysia, Brazil, winning 8 international titles, 3 silver medals, and 2 bronze medals. A true amazing category winner over and over again. When you entered the Arnold Sports Festival, the Arnold Pro Strongman, winning the Arnold Brazil, the Arnold Australia, the Arnold South Africa, the Arnold Canadian competitions. I mean, it just goes on and on. It really is a remarkable career in this category, and the records are just staggering. Then you went on in 2018, World's Ultimate Strongman, which was held in Dubai. Then winning the Iceland Strongest Man, Europe's Strongest Man, World's Strongest Man, World's Ultimate Strongman, and again, the Arnold Classic. It really is a remarkable career, and I know that everybody is so excited to see you here because you've been a part of the Arnold Classic. Jan and Terry Todd have used you as their who do you want to be like kind of person. And again, we're just so honored that you could be here today and be part of this ceremony, and so deserving of this because of the inspiration that you give to all of us kids. When we're coming up, we want to be the strongest kid in the world, but you really are the strongest man in the world. Let's give it up for Thor. I feel like I just shrunk a little. Now, most people, this would be big, but on you, it's like a little peanut, but okay, there you go.
Thank you all, and thank you guys. It's truly an honor to be here today. Let me see if I can raise this a bit higher so I can stand comfortably. I gotta be honest, I've never been a great speecher, so I have some, I wrote some speeches on my phone, technologies. It is an incredible honor to be standing before you today, and I'm grateful beyond words for this recognition. I would like to take a moment to reflect on the people who have supported me throughout my career. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to my fans, from cheering me on at competitions to sending me kind messages on social media. Your belief in me has been driving force behind my success. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Secondly, I would like to thank my sponsors. Your belief in me, your investment in my career have allowed me to train harder, compete at the highest level, and achieve my goals. I'm honored to represent your brand and have you as a partner in my journey. I would also like to thank my coach who pushed me hard and forced me to level up. Thank you for traveling all around the world and be there during camps and allowing me to have you in my corner. Of course, none of this would be possible without the support of my loved ones. To my family, friends, and colleagues, thank you for standing by me and believing in me. Your love and encouragement have helped me through the toughest moments of my life, and I am grateful to you all. I would also like to give a special shout out to my wife and children who have sacrificed so much to allow me to pursue my passion. You are my rock, and I could not have done any of this without you. I'm truly honored to be inducted into the International Sports Hall of Fame, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share it with all of you. Thank you for the support, and may we all continue to strive for greatness. Thank you all.
Our final inductee, and by the way, Jackie joined us. She became ill. She was all set to come here. Unfortunately, she was not able to make it due to illness, and we wish her quick and speedy recovery. Our next inductee, our final inductee of the evening, Ronnie Lott. When you talk about football heroes, football legends, Ronnie Lott fills every and clicks every box. Professional football player, cornerback, safety in the National Football League for 14 seasons, from 1980 to the 1990s. He played college football for University of Southern California, was honored as a consensus All-American. He was a first-round pick in the NFL draft in 1981 for the San Francisco 49ers. He also played for the Los Angeles Raiders, New York Jets, Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL, and was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2000, and is widely considered to be one of the best of all time at the safety position in all of NFL history, and one of the best players in the history of the NFL. Again, he was selected in the first round in the '81 draft by the 49ers, had a stellar career, and helped the 49ers win Super Bowl 16, and also became the second rookie in NFL history to return 3 interceptions for touchdowns. His outstanding play had him finishing second in Rookie of the Year at that time, and he led the league with 10 career best 10 interceptions while recording 77 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 quarterback sacks. In his 10 years of the 49ers, he helped them win 8 division titles and 4 Super Bowls, Super Bowl 16, Super Bowl 19, Super Bowl 23, and Super Bowl 24 in 1989. He is one of only 5 players that were on all 4 of the 1980s 49ers Super Bowl wins. He was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2000, his first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame, and named to the NFL's 75th anniversary team in 1994, with the 100th anniversary team in 2019. Imagine being All-Pro 8 times, All-NFC 6 times, and All-AFC. One of the hardest hitting, most efficient open field tacklers in the history of football. Let's give it up for champion NFL football legend Ronnie Lott. Marcus Allen is going to help. Legend Marcus Allen putting on Ronnie Lott.
How lucky am I? I'm sitting here with my roommate in college. And as I'm sitting here thinking of a hamburger helper, and you know, there were so many moments in my life where I've had a chance to sit with him to talk about exhausting life. Not football, but exhausting life. And if you think about what that truly means, it means every day, you're finding a way to better yourself. You're finding a way to exhaust every moment. And when I think about my life with him, I know I'm better. I know I'm better because he's been in my life. And so I want to thank you, Marcus, for being my best friend, but being a friend that really understands how to make sure I exhaust every moment. I want to thank my family. I want to thank so many people that have been a part of my life, but I want to salute this group. You know, sometimes we talk, but do we listen? Do we feel them? Now, as they got up, I wanted to make sure I felt you. I wanted to make sure I understood where you're from. I wanted to understand the trials, the toughness, the failures, all the things that you've gone through. Because I know that that's what you've done. So I wanted to salute you one more time. And if you guys can stand up and salute them, please. Last, for all of us, may we find ourselves trying to help others. And when I mean help others, I want us to try to find a way to exhaust those moments. There are so many people that we see every day. They're just looking for a hand up, not a handout. And I know for a fact that if we just give them a hand up, that we could change their lives. Think about that. I want you to imagine that. I want you to understand what that's like. I want you to understand how that feels. I've had a chance to be around Arnold. And I've had a chance to be around people like him. And when I look at some of the things that he's done, beyond just being a great lifter, beyond just being a part of our community in California where he was the governor. I mean, sometimes you forget that you can dream and you can change people's lives. Literally change people's lives. Just being who you are, just showing up. That's why today is so special. Because 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting in my backyard feeling pretty good, and now here I am struggling with some screws and some cages in my back. Because you never know. You never know. But you got to learn how to fight. You got to learn how to take advantage of these moments. And so today, again, Marcus, thank you, brother. Again, thank all of you guys for showing up. Life is about showing up and making plays. And I really appreciate all of what you've done. And thank you. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Fairfax. Thank you. And thank your father. Thank your father. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to say a few words on behalf of Jackie, but first, let The better parts of me is because of Ronnie Lott. As he mentioned, my roommate in college, I didn't have to look any further than the guy that was standing next to me for an inspiration, role model, a guy that was a great example of what a human being a great human being is all about. Jackie unfortunately couldn't make it. The last minute she became ill. And many of us know Jackie as one of the great athletes in Olympic history. But I don't think many of you know that Jackie is one of the great humanitarians and great philanthropists of our time. The same effort that she put into becoming a great athlete, she puts into saving the lives of kids, educating kids, and empowering kids in the most dangerous area in the United States, East St. Louis. Every single day she puts an effort to try to save lives, to educate kids and empower people. So part of this award is about not only what the athletes have done in their sport, but what they've done off the track and field. And she is certainly deserving. And I know if she was here, she would congratulate everyone that's up here on stage and thank Fairfax and Dr.Bob and the International Sports Hall of Fame. But more importantly, all you people that are here today. I was inducted in 2021, and I had the great fortune, guys, of my 9-year-old son putting the medal around my neck. And I had such a great experience that I said, Ronnie, this is something that you should be a part of. And I'll try to do whatever I can to be supportive of this great event. And as Ronnie said, congratulations to everyone up here. There's another saying that Ronnie and I both have, and this really made it easy for us to transition out of our sport. It's like, this is what we do, it's not who we are. And we're much more than what we did on the field. But we also believe you're rich by what you give, and you're poor by what you keep. So I want you guys to remember that. Take that with you, and hopefully it'll be great to see. If we don't see all of you next year, but we'll see some of you next year. So thank you very much. Bye.
We're going to have a group picture now, guys.
We will now take our traditional
Our usual
class
fist-up
pictures.
picture.